world. My name is Max Stein, and I love video games.
I'm the Megabuck, and oh, banana.
My name is Raph, and I love video games too.
I'm already laughing, and welcome to the Game Treasure Podcast, where us three guys, we discuss treasured video games of yesterday, today, and even tomorrow sometimes. Warning, the Game Treasure Podcast is not for children or anyone with a brain, for that matter. Hello again, dear listener or watcher. If you're joining us for the first time, salutations. If you're joining us again, thanks for returning. This week, it's finally time. We finally get to talk about it. We're finally going to talk about Donkey Kong Bananza. I went and spent more money than I had on a Switch and got myself a copy of it and have played like 6 or 7 hours.
Is this a great time to hit that Patreon button?
Yeah. But I played like 6 or 7 hours. Buck's got it. He's played some. We're going to give our impressions of it because we've been waiting for it for quite some time with bated breath. But guess what? We've got a segment that we haven't done in a hot second. That's right. We've got some video game news to talk about. This is not breaking video game news because this happened like a month ago, I think. But we just haven't talked about it. We haven't really dove into it, which is that the casting for the Legend of the Zelda movie has come in. It did,
which also
come
means
in
it exists,
quite some time ago.
like for real.
Right. Yeah,
I want to say, it can still get lost in the shuffle of Hollywood, but hopefully not. With the success of Mario, I think they're going to see this one to the end.
I hope so. I saw something today that said this week was the 6-year anniversary of the guy that's playing Blade being announced as Blade for the non-existent Blade.
There you go. Exactly.
Yikes.
So, actors, teens. Bo Bragson is the young British woman who's playing Zelda. She's from a bunch of British dramas and then some show on Disney Plus called Renegade Nell, where I believe she's the main character. I don't know how, I'm assuming all that drama experience might help her as playing Zelda, being like a contemplative princess character or whatever. She's like
experienced.
She's
experienced,
like 21, but she looks like she could play younger. Mm-hmm. She looks like she'll do it. As far as looking the type, she looks like a young Zelda. But I'm more interested in Benjamin Evan Amesworth, who is the young man who will be playing Link. He is also from a bunch of British dramas. The most notable one, the most successful, popular one is a show called Haunting of Bly Manor, which I can only assume is a horror show.
It is. It's the sequel to Haunting on Hill House.
Okay, so I saw that.
Yeah.
Which was not as good, but was still good.
All right, bet. Yeah. So I have questions because I don't know if I should reveal his age or just ask the question. I guess I'll reveal that Benjamin Evan Amesworth is 16 years old.
Right.
What's wrong with that?
Well, I don't know. My question would be, what kind of Zelda movie do we think we are going to get here?
Well, first of all, it's live action.
Of course.
Absorb that, right? Mario's not live action. I mean, the Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo and
No, yes, of course. Like I said, this kid Bo looks like he could be Link. That's not the problem. But this movie's being directed by a guy that did the Maze Runner movies. Have you seen those?
No.
They're based off of young adult novels. Where in which a bunch of kids get dropped into a field and there's no escape except for out of this labyrinth, and so the kids have to take turns as runners trying to find the end of the labyrinth and die in the process, a la Hunger Games and shit.
Okay.
So do we get with a kid with drama experience a YA Zelda movie like Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief or some shit?
So, okay, I get where you're going.
Because I thought it was gonna be a kid's movie or something, maybe. And maybe it could still be, but what do you guys think?
Well, so I looked up this dude, Wes Ball. He mostly, like you said, YA movies and summer blockbusters. He directed some Planet of the Apes movie as well, I think.
Yeah,
some
one of the
Kingdom
newer
of the Planet of the
ones.
Apes, I think
There
is what
you
it
go.
was.
The Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Exactly. that
Return
one,
of the
yeah,
Kingdom of the Planet of the
Yes,
Apes.
not
Yeah.
the yeah. No, but I did
Dear
read that
Lord
in an
English.
interview. He actually has said that his vision for the movie is inspired by Studio Ghibli, especially Spirited Away.
Pronounced Ghibli.
Yeah, whatever.
Right, you piece of shit.
All right.
To be fair,
Well,
there was somebody screaming in their head at you when you just did that. Sorry.
They
I'll
drove
be
their
honest with
car
you,
off the road.
I've been saying for the longest time that personally, I think that Hayao Miyazaki is the one to make
I think
Zelda movie.
Hayao Miyazaki is
Yeah.
one of my favorite.
Hayao Miyazaki. I think he's the guy that really should be making this movie. But whatever. I don't really think that it should be a live action movie. Personally, that's just like the way that I feel about it. I think it really should be an animated film. What do you guys think? Like,
That's what I was saying. That's crazy.
You said this kid's going to be playing Link. They got to give Link a personality. Like, he doesn't speak.
That
He's
was
the
another
silent
question
protagonist.
on my list because I was like,
Yeah.
all right, Mario.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
man.
That's in my
Does
notes.
two talk?
Me
Look.
and Raph were like, that is the only example, and I don't
not
want to see that
good.
movie.
I
Other
don't
than-
want that, definitely.
I was about to say, I was like, Mario doesn't speak necessarily either, but then I was like, but he did get the advantage of Charles Martinet embodying him, especially
Yeah.
in 64 and onward, with different characterized like Mamma Mia, whereas like Link has been pretty much relegated just like and it's just like so. My question, I also have that question. What is Link like? It's like obviously he's brave. He gets the Triforce of this, but it's like my favorite Zelda is Wind Waker. And in my opinion, that version of Link is very silly. Like, he's very fish out of water. He literally starts, like, in the wrong clothes in the game. He starts with, like, a fish shirt and pants and has to get the hero's uniform. So that version of Link wouldn't really fit in a YA movie. I don't know. What is Link like, Buck? What?
I mean, that just tells me that they're going to go for more of, like, Ocarina of Time-ish Link. Like young teenager kind of Link, boy on an adventure kind of thing, but he's the hero, so he's better than a normal teenage kid with a sword and a shield would be.
I for some reason have that same opinion about the Legend of Ocarina of Time Link as well. For some reason he's just like ready to go, like because they're like, go kill that snake made out of lava, and he's like, you got it.
Okay,
Like,
yeah. Go into the giant tree that you've all been like
Yeah.
worshiping since childhood.
don't
He just
worry,
does
it's
it.
filled
Yeah.
with spiders.
Yeah.
He's the epitome of the hero of you wake up one day and here's this wooden sword, now go kill God.
For
Yeah,
no
right?
other
Like the
reason that he
RPG
wants
game.
to, I
That's
guess.
such a, like,
Somebody
traditional
tells him
RPG
to.
thing.
Yeah.
No, a fairy tells him to, or a fairy
I
tells
think
him to. Or
I think honestly they should go with the fairy tale route with this. I think they should.
got
They almost what would
They
be
have
really interesting, and I always say that there was already a Zelda movie before there was a Zelda movie, and that movie's called The Neverending Story. I honestly think that they really should go this kind of a similar route, like almost like a fairy tale being told to you. That'd be kind of cool to have like even like a narrator that's kind of like telling the story. That'd be kind of fun.
I was thinking speaking of
So-
80s movies that are like Zelda, I was thinking more like Willow.
Oh yeah, that's a great idea.
That's
yeah.
a great idea. Yep.
A nice
That's like
level
this-
of
yeah.
fantasy. You got some comedy in there, some action scenes in there. I don't want to see it be a blockbuster YA movie about like
Neither.
teen love or something, because he's 16, she's 20. Are they got like in Wind Waker, like when they're not in love, like they're just like two kids,
No.
you know what I mean? But then like in Ocarina of Time, you're adult Link meeting adult Zelda. There's
Yeah.
like how old is Link in Breath of the Wild? I don't know, but he seems to be the same age of Zelda, to where when she's like bending over picking up those flowers, he's like,
I really prefer, like the whole, the Breath of the Wild had the whole like weird sort of like guardian sage relationship that they had. It wasn't like romantic. It was like he's kind of like a knight protecting her or whatever, and then she's just like this mage, I guess, who's trying to defeat Ganon. But I would like to see that. Like I don't want to see a romantic relationship between these two. I'd
Right.
much rather they do that sort of I don't know, guardian protector relationship. That's kind of cool, you know.
So then, sorry, were you gonna say
No,
something?
go ahead.
So, I mean, last question: who should play Ganondorf or Ganon? I should say.
Ooh,
I don't
damn, I hadn't
know
even
what it's going to be.
considered
Pedro Pascal.
Honestly, after what else you got? I saw a Pedro Pascal movie. Yes, fucking sign him up. There's a bunch of people like. I guess it depends on what kind of Ganon we want, because Breath of the Wild Ganon, huge jacked army leader guy.
Yeah.
Ganon from Ocarina of Time, kind of like a more svelte, sneaky Ganon. He's tricking the princess at the beginning of the game, so to speak. Doesn't really rely on his brute force.
That's if they go with those timelines. If they go with like original Ganon, it's gonna be a live action dance
Pig
routine,
monster.
Super Famicom pig monster Ganon.
That'd be cool, actually.
Yeah, that's
I didn't even think about that. That'd be
evil
interesting.
wizard. He's an evil wizard. That's cool.
Do we think I kind of skipped
Fire
over
and
this,
ice.
but do we want to see this follow a particular Zelda world, or will this be an original story, kind of like how Mario was, where they sort of made an amalgam that packed the whole universe into one generic tale? Or do we want this to follow Ocarina of Time? Do we want this to follow just The Legend of Zelda, like the original one?
Miyamoto doesn't know how to keep Zelda within a timeline, so it'll definitely be an original story.
Thing,
Yeah.
They had to publish their own timeline that diverges like 87 times. Yeah.
The good thing is that the story of Zelda is straight enough forward that it's hard to fuck up, which is there is literally a MacGuffin that your main character needs to go get. It's called the piece of the Triforce and the Master Sword and whatever. And so just right around that, and everyone will be happy.
Yeah.
So I don't know. For Ganon, Henry Cavill, what do we get? Jason Momoa? I've seen people on being like, what about Ray Fiennes? I was like, whoa,
That's
the fuck?
a really good one, actually.
That's crazy.
That's a really good one. I honestly, man, I'm not sure. I like the idea of Jason Momoa because he's physically built like that. If they go with the warrior king sort of the deal, but man, I maybe I mean, you said Pedro Pascal. That actually would be kind of cool. That actually would be kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. I'd be pretty happy with that.
I was making a joke. No.
Who's the guy that plays Hellboy? What's his name?
The original Ron Perlman.
Ron Perlman. He's 76 now,
Yeah,
but
he's
his
a little
voice
old
is
now, yeah.
incredible, man. I'm sorry, and he's still a pretty imposing looking guy, I guess.
Can we
could be
bring James
Ganon.
Earl Jones back from the dead to play Ganondorf?
It's funny you say that too, but if you go back and watch the 1990s Beauty and the Beast live action TV show in which Ron Perlman played the Beast, who lived in the sewers, by the way.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You kind of get to see him in some makeup.
I was about to say he first of all, I think he won an Emmy for that role on that Beauty and the Beast thing, because I was looking it up. And secondly, it's just he did that. He's done Hellboy, 2 of them, a couple other things. Where it's just he's used to shit getting put on his face anyhow. So it's just if they got to put make his skin green and give him crazy red hair, whatever. I think he'd be like, yeah, fucking suit me up, I'll be Ganon. With his crazy ass breath, he could do the pig one or the conniving one. That's my vote, Ron Perlman. So I think it's slated for 2027.
Yeah, right.
If I remember correctly, but we'll see about that. It actually launches in 2 months with the Switch 2. No, remember when they did that? That was amazing.
Remember Switch 2?
But alas, I digress. I don't want to be living in this present day anymore, talking about who's going to be who in the Zelda movie. I want to go back in time with RetroGameTreasure.com and the Megabuck. Send us to the Retro Zone, sir.
Let's go back in time. Up, up, down, down. Left, right. BA. Sometimes start, sometimes select start if it's 2 players.
Bad coupling at the end of that poem.
Konami code.
That is the Konami question.
Coupling. That is the Konami question. If you don't know what quick, Raph, what game is the Konami code from?
Contra? That's where I know it from.
Mac?
That's where I know it from. Uh-oh. Is there a game
where's it
before it that uses it?
Absolutely there is. That would be the home port of Gradius for the
Oh,
Nintendo Entertainment
Whoa.
System. Contra
Really?
most famously has the Konami code for your 30 lives, but when Kazuhisa Hashimoto was doing the home port of Gradius from the arcades and the MSX, those other consoles, to the NES, the game is really hard. So he needed a way to be able to skip to other different levels so that you can go to different levels, and so he could play test the different levels and not have to get to them every time once the game was into the sequential format. So he put that code in for himself to use it to be able to skip levels, and he just forgot to take it out before.
It was a developer tool?
No.
No way, dude. That's amazing. What a cool little piece of trivia.
Yeah.
Gradius is so good, man. Did we have this growing up? I don't remember. I've been playing a lot more Zaxxon.
And Legendary Wings, and there were quite 1942. There were quite a lot of other shooters we played. We did not own the original Gradius as kids. No.
So this is a screen-scrolling, side-scrolling,
Like the granddaddy. Like
the
granddaddy of the sci-fi. Abadox. We owned Abadox. I played a shitload of that.
So how does, when you put in the code, does it let you choose which level to go to, or does it take you to a specific level? Do you?
No, it's a level select. It brings up the level select. Yeah, it would, like Raph said, it was literally made as a dev tool for him to be able to
so fun
test things out in different levels. Do you guys know the name of Gradius in Japan?
No, I do not.
No, yeah.
Nemesis.
Oh, cool name. Why is it Gradius here?
I don't know, but that's what they named the Game Boy. I know.
Some American guy was like, that name
that.
sucks. Nemesis? Why?
Let's call it Gradius.
Well,
that's fucking
they
cool.
did release
What did you say, Tom? Gradius? That's cool.
They did release a version of Gradius for the Game Boy, and it is called Nemesis.
Oh, cool. Well, any more fun factoids?
I know, right? It's
If
a fun
not,
one. I mean, it's
okay, yeah. But I unfortunately don't have much experience with shmup, like this particular shmup, because, like I said, we played different ones growing up, and I'm not much of a huge shmup guy. And this one, I know that shit is hard. So unfortunately, I don't have many opinions for you. But you, out there, listener or watcher, if you like shmups and you own a Nintendo, like I said, go to www.retrogametreasure.com. Sign up. Why don't you? Select shmups as your preferences and tell him you got a Nintendo. Get your copy of Gradius. Maybe if you ask nicely, he'll get you a Japanese copy of Nemesis. Ooh. All right, well, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we are finally going to talk about Donkey Kong Bananza. So, they're finally here, performing for you. If you know the words, you can join in too. Put your hands together if you want to clap as we take you through this monkey rap.
DK.
Donkey Kong Banana DK. Donkey Kong Bananza is here. That's right.
The creator of that rap didn't even know they were reusing that song for this game.
For everything. Everything good in the world.
In your little apartments.
So, yeah. I went and bought a Switch too. I'm loving it. Me and Buck were briefly talking about it earlier. The build of it is fantastic. The screen is nice. It runs fast when you got it on handheld mode and you're playing Bananza. It's the only game I played, though, so this is the only thing I can reflect upon. Man, I have a lot to say, and I'm not entirely sure where to start. Donkey Kong Bananza, I don't know if it's a 10 out of 10 game. I'll just say that right out of the top.
I agree.
But it's very good.
Very good.
It's made by the Mario Odyssey people, and to me, this feels like a Mario Odyssey prequel. Mm-hmm. Like, I haven't beaten the game, so I don't know what happens at the end. But, I mean, spoiler alert, at the end of the very first level, you get Pauline to walk around with you and stuff. Yeah. And I was like...
Just to sing, really.
Yeah, just to sing. And I was like, who's it? Wait, hold on. Wait. She's in this... So, if she's from the other game, like, does Mario Odyssey take place in this universe or
It's a
like
shared
where
universe, I guess.
like yeah, like I was like because I mean, correct me if I'm wrong here, but Pauline is the original name of the woman who is stuck on the top of the tower in Donkey Kong, right?
Back when,
So I was like,
Mario was a carpenter, yeah.
Right, when he was Jumpman, quote unquote. And it's
before he became a plumber, but also before he went to med school and became a doctor. during his race car days, his go-karting
Before
and
he was
race
a
car
painter
days.
as well.
yes,
Right?
and a pro tennis player.
No, that was during med school, but after his stint in the NFL. No, wait, not NFL, MLB. Sorry,
I can't
And
wait.
made
I
a
would
Mario
love
football.
an NFL Mario game. Anyhow, this game is made.
I don't know sports.
That would be sick. This game's made by the Odyssey people, and it feels like giving Donkey Kong the Odyssey treatment.
Yeah.
However, Mario Odyssey is the best 3D platformer I think that might exist. I haven't played Astrobot, okay? But like shit,
okay.
like it's unfair to stack these games against each other for one reason, which is that during a meeting at Nintendo, some guy was like, what if his hat's alive? And everyone was like, what the fuck did you just say? It's like, what if you could like use the hat and just become everything in the game? And then they're like, holy fuck, Frank, you are a fucking genius. That is the
That's
best.
not true because drugs are very illegal
That
in
is
Japan.
the best idea I've ever heard in my life. Because it's like, I was playing it for Raph, and he's like, what's it like? I was like, it's cool. You get to destroy the levels a lot.
Yep, that was fun.
And that's cool. But also, that's kind of the extent to what you do. You know? I mean, like I said in Mario Odyssey, you get to, at one point, become electricity and just stream through, like, what's up?
Yeah.
You get to do what now? You get to be, like, there were so many entities that had obscure powers that you might use for only one tiny fraction of the entire, 20 hours that you're playing the game. You know what I mean?
like
Which
Mega
felt
Man.
like just so refreshing. Whereas their version of attempting to do that in something like Bonanza here is like one of the mechanics that you can do is you can pick up, like you can reach down and grab the earth underneath you and like pick up a chunk of it and then throw it. And sometimes, or ride on it. And sometimes they'll have you throw it to knock down icicles. And then in the next level, you're throwing snow to make magma into rock so you can walk on it. And in the next level, you're throwing mud to make steps so you can jump on it. But all of those things that I just listed are actually, you're just doing the same thing, which is using the function of picking up the earth and throwing it. Compared to Mario Odyssey, where you can literally, like I said, become electricity for just one level. Like, it's so much more. And so it's just, I don't know. I think Mario Odyssey is still better and is still more deserve of the 10 out of 10 than Donkey Kong.
Interesting.
That's my opinion.
This game looked like I didn't get to play it. I was watching Mac play it, but it looks like a tech demo or like some sort of like a proof of concept of like, oh, this is what we can do with the Switch and we can have this style of gameplay, but it did look kind of empty, honestly, for lack of a better word,
The levels are very, so here's my take on it really. The gameplay style to me feels a lot more like Mario 64, which I adore. I love Mario 64, where the level design feel like a hybrid between Sunshine and Odyssey. Sunshine had its other problems because of the flood and whatnot, but I really appreciate the fact that the encapsulated like areas in Bonanza are really big and kind of sprawled out, and they give you those nice overviews of them when you enter each one of the sub layers.
Yeah,
I really like how they show that to you. My biggest problem. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that level construction is. I didn't want to get off topic, but it is strange to me. Like so to explain where you are, quote unquote, in this game, it's like you're in like some planet that has many, many layers to it. And I was explaining to Raph, I was like, it's like Middle Earth, where like each layer of the planet has its own sky and atmosphere and all this shit. And so I'm going from level to level to level, and you can press select to view the whole map at once. And it's usually very big and sprawling, but diasporic. It doesn't feel naturally connected to the rest of the world quote unquote. But
it's just an excuse to give you different worlds, a la a Mario 3 or a Donkey Kong Country with a different gimmick.
It did feel like that, yeah.
And I've heard that I've heard that this game is so long that right about when you think you beat it, you're like cracking the surface. Like it's got a lot of games,
really,
which is pretty cool because it has a chance to expand even more in that. And maybe that's some of where the higher scores go from. Maybe I really have to get further, but me and Mac have gotten far enough to get a couple of the different animals, the Bonanza animals that you turn into there too. But what I was going to say is that you get to right away learn that there's that whole physics thing going on, right? Where you can just bash into the floor. And when you hit the ground, you can do a radar and you can see hidden items inside the walls and in the floor. So right away, you can dig a hole in the floor, go underneath things. And they teach you that that's one of the mechanics they want you to do. And they make it pretty easy to climb out. Nothing frustrating as far as that goes. It just, I don't know. I feel like very quickly that detracted from the game because now you were not having to adhere to any of the beautiful level design that the designers put into it. You could just go,
Yep. I was just about to say, the first time there was a guy behind a wall going, help, save me. And I was going, how the fuck do I? Oh, yeah. And then I just like burrowed around. It was cool. By the 20th time, I was like, oh.
Yeah, I mean, they start to throw metal areas at you so that you have to make a puzzle out of it. And it's not just go all around, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. I always feel like when there's those kinds of physics involved in those games, like part of those beautiful rolling hills in like Mario Odyssey or those giant like dock levels in Sunshine is that you have all this stuff to work with. You know, part of the reason why I didn't like Sunshine, like a lot of people, it's not quite their favorite Mario, is because it becomes floating around with that flood instead of doing some really, fun Mario platforming. It becomes a different style of game. I feel like that's what happens with this one a bit.
I do like that when Donkey Kong approaches a vertical surface, he'll just begin climbing it if he can.
Yeah, that's
like
good.
You don't have to jump onto it. You don't have to hold anything. There's no stamina bar. And so you feel quite nimble. That's cool. Like that's part of the deconstructing of the level, like Buck said. Because you'll have like, there's so much dirt in this game, yo. Like it was almost overwhelming. Like when you were like, oh, you can close through the whole level. I was just like, oh. Yeah.
How much?
Oh, that's a lot of level.
And they hit stuff, which is cool, but it's still
treasure chests, etc. Like there's challenges like spread out all across the world, which is cool. It reminded me of some honestly, it reminded me of like Breath of the Wild. We'd be doing something, you'd be like, oh, a little dungeon, and then it's got its own little challenge in there.
And one of them was just straight up a level from Donkey Kong Country.
I was just about to say, there's one in the very beginning called Nostalgia Country.
Oh.
And when I stumbled across it, I shed a tear when I realized, because you'll go into these and at the foot of the door, it'll tell you how many bananas are in this challenge. And if you just do the challenge, you usually get 2 of them. And there's usually at least one that's hidden in there throughout the challenge. And I shed a tear when the hidden banana in that challenge was in Donkey Kong's room. You have to grab a piece of earth, do the double jump to go back up the back left-hand side, and you unlock it. And the name of the banana was like Good Memories Banana or whatever. And I was just like, I fucking love Donkey Kong Country. I love Donkey Kong.
Mac was like, oh, banana.
Oh God.
Man, I gotta tell you, I don't think I would have made the decision to have a guy go banana every time you get a banana, yo.
Banana.
Every
time. It was in Mario Sunshine, you get, shine get, and you get when you get the little Mario shines, which is cute, but it became funny after like the 5th time, and I now have like 150 bananas. So
I'm just like, come on, dude. Like it's just because there would be moments like you finish a challenge and get banana, and then you walk upstairs and get another banana, and then take 3 more steps and get another banana, and I was just like,
the fun. Yeah, I know. That was a weird design choice. Yeah. But the bananas are there, this one, uniquely to this game, to give you skill points. Every 5 bananas you collect.
Okay, let's talk about it. Yeah.
Special abilities.
I got a thing, and Raph goes, is there a skill tree in this game? And I was like, yes. I don't know why they've done this, but they have.
I like how there's one that just makes you pound your chest and turn into the bonanzas faster.
Yeah.
Like, why would I waste points on that ever?
It's a it's a choice that further exemplifies how they're sort of narrowing what you can. It's like they're like, okay, we can't have him do more things. Let's just give him a skill tree so he can do the things we gave him better. And it's just like, okay.
It almost seems like
There's a
they
couple.
don't know what kind of game they wanted to make, honestly.
There's a couple. They gave you ones where like you could throw the rocks down, give you a double jump. That was an actual skill upgrade.
Yeah.
But you're right. 80-90% of them are just like the bird can fly a little further. You can punch a little harder. You can ride the rocks a little longer. Like,
is this the second 3D foray for Donkey Kong, or like as far as like platformers?
DK64 for the
Yeah.
N64?
I was going to ask, how does it stack up comparatively?
Oh, that
Because
game
I know
sucks.
I was going to say a lot of people
kids.
do not like Donkey Kong 64,
That game
and
sucks.
yeah,
A lot of people don't like it. I played it for like a microsecond. I don't think I liked it either. But I got to tell you, this game draws a lot more inspiration from that game than I thought it was going to.
Yeah.
In the sense that, Raph, I do think they know what kind of game they were going to make here.
Yeah.
And the answer to what kind of game they wanted to make here was a game that very much so pays homage to 90s PS1 era collectathon, what's the word when you're a mascot collectathon?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, because I was
Crash
playing
Bandicoot and Spyro and some of those. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah,
yes, and
100%.
more yes. Because like even down to when you start the game, there's monkeys around talking to you. Okay, and I was like, cool. Then you go down and then you go down into the world, and all of the characters in the place that you're populating, which is pretty much a place that's mostly comprised of rocks, are people made of rocks. They are literally
Rock people.
like blue gem, they're not even anthropomorphic. They are literally
just a floating gem.
shard
a
of
floating
stone.
shard of things that look like the creators of the game would have to do because they only have access to 10 polygons.
Yeah.
But instead, and with googly eyes. I don't know if I mentioned that. They all have bulging googly eyes. And so I stumbled across this guy and went, damn, this motherfucker's right out of Spyro or something.
Yeah.
Like,
and then he accidentally punched him and broke him, and then he
reformed. Yeah. And I gotta say, I just ran into like people that aren't those fucking rock people. Like, I was dealing with rock people for like 3 hours, and I was like, man, in Mario Odyssey, like, there's a lot more diversity to the people that you talk to, because I've been talking to these rock guys for a million years, and then finally now I've begun talking to like these zebra guys. And it was just like, okay, this is, like I said, but the designs of the zebra guys are very goofy and silly and cartoony. It feels it's like
Madagascar.
Yes. They sound like
that's what they all remind me of.
They
all
give
the animals.
Donkey Kong, animation-wise, a lot more leeway to be cartoony in this game. Yeah. Like, I'm talking like this, when he gets
the throwback design.
Not only the throwback design, but like when he gets surprised, he's like, oh, and his eyes bulge out of his head like a cartoon.
Did
right?
you ever watch the Donkey Kong CG animated?
Oh yeah, baby, that was right in my wheelhouse.
It's like that.
But like in Mario Odyssey, Mario doesn't like "Awooga" and have his eyes shoot out of his head. You know what I mean? Like, he might do like and get big with his expression, but like in this, like Donkey Kong gets like crushed with a rock, and it just like his head goes inside of it, and then he just like explodes out of it, and I was just like, okay. This feel like with those things that I just said, like the overall designed character choice, things like this, the colorfulness of it all, and the fact that they are making you collect a bajillion zillion bananas, just really made me be like, man, I haven't played a game like this in a while. Like, I would not describe Mario Odyssey the same way as you collect a lot of shit in that game. Don't get me wrong. But it does not feel, and I don't know if that's because in Mario Odyssey you feel like you are playing a bunch of mini games to earn them all, whereas in Donkey Kong, for a lot of them, you feel like you're digging, literally, just like, oh, there's one in the dirt, like, oh, there's one in the wall, boom, 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 boom. Oh, there's one in the ceiling, like, they're hidden, yes, to be found, but it feels quite tedious or like drudgery, like to literally dig for them all. The sonar thing I thought was cool. Like Buck was saying, you can press the R1
I
button.
upgraded that right away, yeah.
Yeah, to like slam your hands on the ground. And it has some other effects. Like if you have an enemy that burrows, if you do the ground slam around them, it'll make them pop up. But it also, like Buck says, does a sonar wave that'll tell you if a banana is in a wall or underground and shit. Which is cool.
Speaking of enemies, choices. I didn't really see, when I was watching you play, Mac, I didn't really see you fighting a whole lot. I didn't see a whole lot of enemies that you ran into. It was mostly the NPCs you spoke to until I saw you at that one boss fight. How does the game stack up as far as boss fights and whatnot?
Oh, they are boring and easy. It sounds like I'm shitting on this game.
Easy. No,
it sounds like I'm shitting on this game. I'm not. It's a really cool game. It's just nothing about it screams like awesome, innovative Nintendo. Like
it's fine.
The very first boss, you just punch him a bunch. The second boss, you have to jump over a spike thing he throws and you punch him a bunch. The third boss, I mean, like I get to the one in the area that I'm in. I think you didn't go to maybe with a mine cart, and you literally just spin around him in a circle and shoot him.
Oh yeah, I did do that. Yeah,
there was just nothing so far. Like 6 bosses in, none of them are like, wow, that was creative and fun, and grabbing Bowser by the tail and throwing him out of the arena, or any of the interesting those rabbit things in Odyssey. Like they feel very uninspired.
A lot of I've only done like 4 bosses maybe. And my synopsis was just like yours. Raph was asking, he's like, how the game? I went, it's really easy.
Yeah.
And I was like, it reminds me honestly less of Mario Odyssey and a lot more of that Kirby game that came out last year or the year before, where it just kind of like seemed like they kind of wanted kids to be able to play it too, or something.
Right. Playing it on, is there even a difficulty in there? I didn't change anything.
I think there's a mode called assist mode, which is even easier than the one you're playing on.
Oh, wow.
I think there's a co-op mode where someone can play as Pauline or something.
Yes, but the only function I think Pauline has is to, I don't know, I should have tried to squeeze it in beforehand. I digress.
I'm usually relying on you for this part. You didn't do it.
I know. I didn't get it in time to see what she do, because in the game, all she really does is like break these seals for you using her singing voice. So the game, like I said, is very easy. The bosses and everything, and a lot of them revolve around using like these bonanzas that you get, which we haven't covered yet. So you meet these like NPCs that are like the chiefs of their village. The first one you meet is a
record executive, one of the two.
You meet this is very funny. The first one you meet is a giant orangutan, and he's the monkey one or whatever. Yeah. And he's like, hey, I used to be the biggest like digger, because they try to explain that like all the monkeys in this world are miners or something. And it starts by saying like far away from DK jungle, which I thought was like, why you gotta say that? Like, why can't you just be somewhere? You know what I mean? But they were like far away from DK jungle. DK's at his fucking day job, which is digging, whatever. So he's like, I used to be the best digger, and now I'm like a DJ, and I'm an aspiring DJ. So I'm gonna teach you like my like monkey beat thing. And I was like, okay. And you get the power to turn into like a bigger version of Donkey Kong who can break shit. I got to a part where I found these zebra people, and I went to go meet their zebra leader, and he is also an aspiring DJ.
Wait for it. You also go to the jungle where there's ostriches,
and
the leader is a giant ostrich lady who is an aspiring DJ.
So you get their power, which lets Donkey Kong turn into a horrifying looking combination of these two things.
Wait,
the zebra Donkey Kong, I was just like, dear God, kill it with fire.
The ostrich Donkey Kong looks like the monkey one, but has wings, but has the long penis neck coming out of the body. It's a monster. It's a horror movie monster.
You know what's so fucked up is you meet Cranky Kong, and he's like, hey, I rode, what's the name of the rhino again? All I can think of is Stampy from The Simpsons, the elephant, but that's not it. But you talk to Cranky Kong. First of all, you get a banana for just listening to Cranky Kong. That's called like listening to Cranky Kong's rants. But the rhino is right there. And I was like, let me jump on it. In this game in which you can destroy all the terrain, let me jump on it? No, instead, you get to become the rhino. And I was like, okay, if you say so. So the music is pretty much the last thing that I want to touch on, which is they have really, really leaned into the idea. I guess it's because Jungle Beat happened during the 2010s or whatever. They have gone all in, balls to the walls with this musical theme thing throughout the whole entire game, which is like, it's not bad. I was just like, that's an interesting choice. I don't necessarily. I mean,
it's always been a part of the Donkey Kong franchise to some extent, though, right?
Not always. I think
the intro to Donkey Kong Country has like the little.
You said always. The Donkey Kong Country is like the 5th Donkey Kong game.
Right. And so, in Donkey Kong Country, Cranky Kong playing some music is not the game being themed around music.
Right,
you know
not
I mean?
themed around it, but it's
I would say,
kind of
Raph, to your point, what I was trying to say is I think Donkey Kong Konga did this. The bongo drum one, where you literally have a bongo drum to control him. I think somewhere around there, they decided, okay, Donkey Kong is music guy.
Yeah.
And then it kind of dovetailed nicely.
Why can't Waluigi be music guy?
It's just one of those meat grinder.
A hurdy-gurdy.
Thank you. But I think somewhere around that moment in Nintendo history, they said he's the music guy, and then it dovetailed nicely, only coincidentally, because David Weiss's soundtrack for the Super Nintendo Donkey Kong was so fucking good that they went, do we have a bunch of good songs we can fall back on? And they went, yes. Thank God.
We had in that.
Because holy shit, pretty much every musical motif that is famous for Donkey Kong so far. I haven't come across aquatic ambience, but they definitely have done they've done doom 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 doom. When you go to bed in this game, you can make camps along the mountains, and when you go to bed, the bed is a xylophone.
Wow.
Like, I don't know what else to say. They're like the checkpoints are tuning forks. You punch a tuning fork. Nothing else in the game besides Pauline and these weird DJs. Like, the rock people don't enjoy music. The monkeys didn't enjoy music. The zebras don't enjoy music.
It's just like Donkey Kong wasn't enough of a theme, so they needed to do the music theme.
And then they chose music.
Choice.
Yeah.
And then you're like, what music-based powers did Donkey Kong have? And the answer is none. Pauline will sing for you to either point you in the direction with which you need to go, which I don't know why you would ever need that, because every time you're doing anything, someone will go, hey, go over there. And the camera swings all the way around and puts a huge drop on it and shows you the path that you have to go to get there. And I was just like, okay, you don't have to hold my hand that much. Like, damn, Donkey Kong. I don't know. I'm going to continue playing because I don't think it's that long, so I do want to beat it. And
I've heard it's very long, actually.
Oh, shit. Is that only if you get, like, all the bananas, or no?
Hours, yeah.
No, I just mean levels. I've heard that, like, as soon as you think you beat the game, you, like, just, like, Symphony of the Night at it.
Oh, well, fuck me running.
Yeah, it's about 16 to 42 hours is what I looked up just a second ago here.
Did you say 16 to 42?
Because that's got to be to get all the bananas.
If you 100% it, it's about 42 hours.
That, but that's such a spread.
Isn't that insane how many bananas there are?
Most likely 25 hours. I would say that you're probably going to spend about 25 hours in the game.
That's a lot for a Mario, basically. Game.
Oh, yeah.
And yet it's not a Mario game, is it? No.
No, it's not. But it is our Mario game for this. I mean, we're not getting a Mario game for a while.
Yeah.
Look, again, it sounds like we're crapping on it. It is a good game.
It is.
But
really good.
I'm just gonna say this though. It is, like Max said, it is not a 10 out of 10. I played, like I said, 6, 7, 8 hours, like Max said, of this, and then I popped Expedition 33 back on and did one fight, and I was like, nope.
Yep.
No.
I agree.
The answer is no. It's an 8.5 out of 10.
I think it's just super hype because Donkey Kong's back, and honestly, I like his personality again. It's like Raph said, how is Donkey Kong 64? Fucking abysmal. Have there been any other 3D Donkey Kongs since that? Nope. They haven't even tried. That's how bad it was. Yeah, it's like they've just been doing the side scrollers where they're like, you want more Donkey Kong Country?
Which is amazing because of how good Mario 64 was. I think they were literally blindsided, like, ooh, We what? It's not like it's okay. It's just okay. Really? Are you sure? Like, yeah. It's sure. We were sure. We played it.
And I think Odyssey and Bonanza share that same relationship now. The same one where it's just like, oh, sorry, the Mario one is still better, even though it came out first.
It's going to be years before we get a Mario for the Switch 2.
So that's all I got with Donkey Kong Bonanza. I'm going to keep playing it because I fucking love Donkey Kong. I'll tell you this.
Yeah, it's fun.
I never knew how many of my problems could be solved with violence. And now, thanks to Donkey Kong, I do. And I like it. I don't mind punching everything. It's pretty fun.
Punching things fun.
You still have
Puzzles
genius.
are fun.
You still have genius moments where you go, "Oh yeah, I can go down." Bang, 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 bang.
No, that control scheme took me so many hours to get used to. I never forgot that I could go down.
Because X, or the bottom button, which is jump in every video game, is not jump, it's dig down. And I also was fucking that up. I'd go to jump and then I'd go down and go, no, I want to go up.
Because the buttons are in a diamond pattern.
Right.
So the bottom button is down to punch down, and the top button is to punch up. And they did like Y, or whichever one's on the left is to punch forward, and the one next to that is jump, because otherwise punch down would have to be on one of the sides.
And that would be confusing, right? So,
I guess.
Interesting scheme, I suppose. It fucked me up too. I still getting used to it. But Donkey Kong Bonanza, I'll give you an 8 so far out of 10.
That's
probably more reasonable for me.
Maybe there's a lot of stuff in the second half that is what changed people's opinions to get it. But so far it's been good, solid, but repetitive gameplay with great world building.
Yep.
But very uninspired boss fights.
Interesting.
But goddamn, if I didn't cry on that level, that's the side-scrolling, harkening back to Donkey Kong Country. It was worth for the whole thing. I was like, this is worth my $60. All right, let's move on.
80.
Yeah, let's move on. We'll take a quick break. Eat a banana. A banana.
Oh, banana.
And man, when he eats you'll get like a cluster of 5 bananas as a win, and it is horrifying the first time you watch him eat 5 bananas.
What about
legit?
When he's in
I was like, what
Bonanza?
the fuck? It's like an Ari
when
Aster movie. I was like,
when he's in Bonanza.
So
when
scary.
He's not regular Donkey Kong, he's Bonanza Donkey Kong, and he's eating the bananas, because now he's like a universal movie monster.
It's
and
legit.
He's eating the bananas.
It's legit terror. It looks like he's going to explode. All right, we will see you on the other side, you banana freaks. Okay, we're back, and we are ready to do our What Else You Got, the section of our show where we can bring anything to the table, be it video game or otherwise. I will go first. I have been watching stuff. Anime. I've been watching Berserk, the Golden Age Arc Memorial Edition.
Fuck yeah, dude.
It's cool. I'm like 6 or 7 episodes in, and not much has happened. Like Guts has joined the Hawks. He's hanging out with Griffin, and they're just pretty much fucking people up. They like talked about Griffin's necklace for like a second. Like literally, Guts was like, "What is that?" And he was like, "Nothing." And he was like, all right. And I was like, oh, come on now. He doesn't give a fuck. I was like, honestly, I hope they kiss at one point, because these guys are in love with each other.
Aren't they? For real, honestly.
For real, bro. It's guy love. It's guy love between two guys. So, yeah, I'm going to keep watching that. But I also found out that Frieren is getting a new season in January. Thank the gods.
Oh, that's soon. Okay, great.
Yeah, because that show, I'm rewatching it with my girlfriend. It's instantly jumped up to like one of my top 5, because the first time I watched it, I was kind of on and off mode where I would be like doing shit. But now that I'm watching it with her, I'm like watching it again, and it is so good. It is jumped to like my top 5 favorite animes
there's
of all time.
There's some people that like hate on that anime, and I think they just haven't watched it. I think it's like it's so overhyped. Like, I don't think you watched it.
Either that, or they just like
really
need. Like, one of the things that Tish loved about it, that I love about it too, she's like, I love how in some episodes it just feels so cozy. And I was like, I know.
Fair, yeah.
Some of the episodes are so, like, they just like, solve a simple problem like getting people water or just like making a new friend. And I'm just like, see, I love shit that's paced this way where it's like, because don't get me wrong, then the back half of the show happens and you're basically just in a tournament arc and there's just like people fighting each other constantly. And it's just like, oh my God, whoa, this is fucking whoops ass. Yeah, this is so cool.
I didn't expect this to have action.
Yes, the first half of the show is deceptively slow because then they're like, okay, here's 10 more wizards and also they're fighting each other. And it was like, whoa, 10 more wizards.
Forever. It gets
pretty cool.
Really
but the thing that I watched that is more important than those two animes is I saw Ari Aster's newest movie, Eddington. Holy fuck. It's so good. It's so good. I'm not going to bust out the snob hat, but I should because it's that good. I'm not... Ari Aster, just to preface this, Ari Aster is the guy that made Beau is Afraid, which I fucking hated with a fiery passion. He also made Hereditary. Have you seen that, Buck?
I like that. Yeah,
that movie is fantastic.
My favorite horror movies ever.
The girl getting the head
lady
cut
saws her head off.
With,
yes.
With,
have you seen
Midsummer?
Midsummer? Buck.
Also one of my favorite movies ever.
No,
that's a horror movie that you need to watch immediately.
It's been on my list forever, and it keeps like the streaming services keep
another
making it evade me.
Amazing movie, right? And then he does this like dark comedy called Beau is Afraid, and it was the worst fucking movie I've ever seen in my entire life.
No.
I'm sorry, Ari Aster, and anyone that likes that movie, it sucked shit. However,
that's a shame.
This movie, Eddington, is as good as that movie is bad. It's since the movie The Whale, which if you watch the show, you know is, my opinion, the best movie of all time. It's the best use of cinema to tell a story, like a man's story. It stars Joaquin Phoenix and Pedro Pascal. And Joaquin Phoenix, I know, that's why it was so funny that you said that earlier. Joaquin Phoenix plays the mayor of this small town in Joaquin Phoenix plays the sheriff in the small town in New Mexico, and Pedro Pascal plays the mayor, and it takes place in May of 2020. So I don't know if you remember what happened in May of 2020, but a little thing called COVID-19 happened.
Oh, yeah, right.
And so, listen, I don't give a fuck about politics. We don't talk about politics on this show ever because I don't care about them.
It's true. It's true.
However, this movie isn't about politics, but if I tell you what happens, you'll be like, it sounds political. And it's just like, no. I swear to fucking God, I wouldn't like it if it was. I swear I wouldn't. Like, I'll tell you that it's about masks and it's about people talking about they don't want to wear masks, they should wear masks, whatever. Not a movie about politics. That's
interesting.
It is a straight up modern dark Western movie. I will not spoil it any farther than that. I fucking loved it. It was a 5 out of 5 for me. It's 2.5 hours long, and that shit flew by. Fucking just like the plot is just like going. And it starts out where you're like, oh my God, this is like so real. It's like watching a history lesson. It's crazy. I remember these times. But then by the end, it's like Inglourious Bastards where you're like, whoa, what the fuck? Like, what's happening? This is crazy. It's really, really cool. Eddington. I never saw, I just got it suggested to me by a friend. Didn't see a trailer. So if you're like me and you haven't seen a trailer for it either, take my word for it. Go see Eddington. It kicks ass. Buck, what else have you got for us this week, sir?
I have to mention Elden Ring again because these guys are on fire and it's absolutely wonderful.
Are you talking about the game of the year?
Yeah.
You're talking about game of the year?
The new Everdarks come out like this week as of when this episode drops. And they were like, oh, because we're getting those, right? And I said, oh, that's really cool. And then in the middle of last week, they said, oh, yeah, and also the duos mode we talked about, that's going to come out too. When? Oh, the same week, this week. Okay. Oh, yeah, and we're going to do some QOL where there's better sorting of the relics. We realize you guys said we can't really sort the relics really well. So we're going to give you a ton of options to filter and sort through your relics.
Does that happened?
When does that happen? Episode airs. By the time this episode airs, it'll all be
Yeah.
out. It's this coming Wednesday. Yeah.
Oh
I know. I know.
My God, we're getting the duos already.
Yeah, duos comes out
Yes.
this coming week,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, FromSoft.
Dude,
Yeah.
so there's a thread on Reddit, and I really hope that they like are following it, which I think they are already. But because the amount of ideas that come out, like someone's idea was like, give us an endless loop mode, and I was like,
Ooh.
like they just need
Infinite
to like
scaling, just scale and
just
scale and
Risk
scale
of
and
Rain
scale.
this
Wow.
game.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
just
right,
give it the
right,
Risk of
right.
Rain 2 treatment. and
Holy
do it, like,
shit.
it's-
That would be
That
nuts.
would be amazing. Yeah.
I know. So they're already just amazing.
Tell me that if they don't do that for the rest of the year, that it's not Game of the Year.
I just yeah, right. If they don't
It's
do
already Game of the Year.
if they don't do 8 updates in the first month, oh wait, they've already done 8 updates in the first month or so of this game. Actually, I want you guys to just watch my different what else you got? I want you guys to just watch this video along with me. It's 3 minutes long. Mac, you can cut some of it later in the episode if you want to, but I got you guys. Let me know when you hit play.
Okay.
Because this is a presentation from Comic-Con for the Gundam Wing 30th anniversary. Because a lot of this is just nostalgia amazingness, but we'll get there.
Oh, dude.
So
what?
fucking good. Oh! Oh, yeah. You seen Endless Waltz?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Endless Waltz. Then what's this?
What?
Is this new animation?
Oh my god.
Whoa. Oh, fuck. Oh my God, it's new people. Oh,
Holy shit, dude. What?
They have not said what this project is other than like a remaster of Endless Waltz for this. We don't know if we're getting like a new movie or
Oh my God, I hope it's a new movie. Yo.
but seeing that high res like Sandrock and
fucking
Death
love
Sight,
the designs of the Gundams from Gundam Wing, man. I don't give a
They really
fuck
were
what
cool.
anybody cares about any of these seeds and fucking arms. They're just. There's one of them that has. He's Spawn. He's Spawn the Gundam. He's got a scythe and a cloak and like what the fuck? Like it's so awesome. It's
Did
like
you ever
a-
watch Double O?
Yeah. Oh, I love Double O. Don't get me wrong,
Double O
but
was
it's
like a
just
great retelling of Gundam Wing. Yeah.
the designs, variety of the Gundam designs in Wing are the most, like besides G Gundam, which just like jumps the shark a bit, where like one of them's a windmill, but it's just like, bro, like
and the Mexico Gundam,
yeah, it's like literally has a giant
the
sombrero. Yeah, but
some from the Sombrero planet.
in
The
Wing,
Sombrero
in
asteroid.
Gundam Wing, just like one of them's a plane, one of them's a tank, basically. Like one of them is a fucking like has huge sickles, and the other one's like I said has a scythe, and it's just like. You know, one of them has a dragon for an arm and a spear, and it's like, what?
I don't
like,
know. I don't know
fuck
if
yeah,
you like
dude.
remember in your brain the jump in animation quality from like the show to Endless Waltz.
Yeah.
Like that movie.
Yeah.
And so if they were to give that like the new treatment and do a revisitation of whatever, make it a story, make it like that Doa Cruzan's Island, make it somewhere
Right.
during the universe because bringing
That
the
would
kids
be
back
great.
would be weird. But
Just like one of Hiro Yui's like other you know,
Mission
missions
1.5
where he
or
killed a
something.
bunch of people
Yeah.
and hated it.
yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Raph, what else have you got
Top
for
that.
us, sir? Yeah.
Well, I don't know if I can top that, but I definitely have a really cool game that I played.
yeah.
So I played a few games yesterday. I played through a bunch of demos. And this one kind of stood out to me because I actually had a really good time with it, even though it's a very small little game. It's called Superation, Superation. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but this game came out on May 29th of this year. It's developed and published by Moonsaurus Games. The genre is action roguelike boxing, boss rush, PvE, PvP fighting game where you fight the Norse gods for a place amongst the Aesir. Dude, this game is basically if you play as a guy who wants to be a god, I guess, and so you have to box the Norse gods in the style of Mike Tyson's Punch-Out to become a god.
Spell it one more time.
Superation, Superation, I guess. Separation.
LMNOPQRS TUVW.
Superation
Yeah.
game.
It's got a cool little like control scheme where I played on the PlayStation 4 controller. So L1 is jab, R1 you get a cross, L2 is a lead hook, R2 is a rear hook, square to get a left uppercut, triangle to get a right uppercut, circle to taunt because you can taunt them and it makes them angry and they start swinging. And then you also can hold back and X to block, and you can slip left and right with the joystick.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I played the demo for a little bit, and I had a pretty good time with it. I ended up just buying it because it was like $5. So like the demo gives you the option. What's up?
I'm looking at it now.
Yes. This game gives you the option of doing these training fights. At least in the demo, you just do like the training fights, so you learn how to like actually play the game. I don't know if it gives you the option of actually playing against the gods or whatever.
Okay.
But you can also play against a friend. So I guess it's like online co-op or whatever.
Okay.
But yeah, the camera's always behind your character, and you're doing Mike Tyson Punch-Out style boxing. The animations were a little slow, but I think that's intentional to kind of like give you time to react to like things to like slip and whatever. And like you can also do feints. I found out too. You can punch and then do the taunt button, and then you feint, and then you can come back with another. Yeah, it's really cool. But yeah, the game has a really cool look too. Like it has like that simple sort of like vector style graphics, and then they put on this like pixelation filter over it, so it looks a little bit more pixelated and gives this very retro feel to it. And dude, the audio is what really got to me. I was like, it's got the most weird, cheap sort of like audio. It's charmingly cheap.
It's got
right?
It's got an overall general dog shit feel to it, from what I see.
Yes, it really does not look great, but it's pretty fun. It plays like fun. I had a really great time with it, and it's definitely worth the $5 price tag. If you have your doubts about it, try the demo out. But I gave this one a 7 out of 10. Honestly, I had a really good time playing it. I'm gonna keep playing it. It's a lot of fun.
1 point more than Donkey Kong Bananza for me. Superation.
Budgets were roughly the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. No, I had a blast with it, man. Check it out.
It's a good idea to give like Super Punch Out with power ups in between the fights.
Yes, that's basically what idea. It is. You know, it's a roguelike, so as you progress, you can gain exactly little power-ups. You can do there's like one of these things that's like Loki's blessing, where like when you slip and they throw a punch and you slip the punch, it stuns them. But if you slip and they don't throw a punch, if you misjudge, it stuns you. There's little things like that which are pretty cool.
They should make that game. They should make a Super Punch Out with that format.
Yeah, did you play the Wii one? It was really good.
No, I didn't. Cool. Well, hey, listen, that does it for another episode of the Game Treasure Podcast. Thank you so much for listening or watching. Do us a huge favor, like and subscribe if you haven't and you've come this far. And I'll give you a banana. Oh. You can reach out to us via our email at gametreasurepodcast@gmail.com with any games you'd like us to play or any questions you'd like us to answer on air or any suggestions for an episode you might have, whatever you can think of. gametreasurepodcast@gmail.com. Head on over to our merch store, which you can find at our Linktree. Linktree/the GTP. While you're there, you can also find our Patreon, patreon.com/the GTP. Subscribe to that bad boy for just $5 a month, and you get access to our bonus content, which right now is just our 5-part series on UFO 50. So I hope you like it, or if you haven't played it, you should listen because it's pretty fucking interesting. It's a game with 50 games in it. You can find links, like I said, to all that stuff in more Linktree/the GTP. We want to thank Crunkwitch for the use of our theme song, Clash of the Droids. They dropped a new album a couple months ago. Go check them out on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, wherever you can find music on the internet. And of course, last but not least, we would like to thank RetroGameTreasure.com, owned and operated by the Megabuck himself. Retro Game Treasure is a subscription service that takes the hassle out of collecting retro video games. No more driving 30 minutes to the one game store that's not a piece of shit in your town and then getting a game that once you get it back home, you're not entirely sure if it'll even work. And then once you pop it in, it turns out you didn't like it anyhow because you took a chance on a game that you didn't know what it was. Ooh, you should have gone to RetroGameTreasure.com where subscribers to the service get games sent to their house every month that are only for the game consoles that they own and for the gaming genres that they like, right? So Buck already knows what all of the games in the entire planet are, and he has categorized all of them. And then you tell him amongst those categories which types of games you like, and he says, fine. You only like platforms for the 64? Here's Donkey Kong Country 64. Sorry, kid. They even keep track of the games they give you and the games you own so that you never get a repeat game. And, of course, they make it easy to start collecting for new consoles because they sell consoles. You head on over to their console shop page where whether you're a member or not, you get great deals on new and refurbished consoles and accessories. Then if you are a member, you just go over to your preferences page and tell them, hey, I just bought a PS2 from you, so start giving me PS2 platformers now. And then it'll be like, now here's the good shit. Start collecting games the easy way today with RetroGameTreasure.com. Buck, hit me with this week's list of subscribers, sir.
This week we welcome Gregory Anderson, Alejandro Garcia, Carter Hopkins, Brett Washer, Spencer Miller, Ariana Wathall, Noah Sankin, Adam Nilmeyer, Jacob McAlpin, Ella Madicamore, Scott Stevens, Michael Zimmerman, Patrick Bishop, and Gabe Dyer.
Thank you guys so much for subscribing. It really helps a lot. Until next week, I'm Max Stein, and I love the Game Treasure Podcast. It's so bad.
It's so bad.